Good morning, I'm Kulu Lampanza and it's 7 o'clock. Making headlines this hour, Ramaphosa receives backlash for stalling on Deputy Chief Justice nomination. Alleged killers of Mark Liffman will only know next year if they'll be granted bail or not. Into the stratosphere, Musk's net worth tops $400 billion. President Cyril Ramaphosa has received backlash for stalling on the nomination of a Deputy Chief Justice and not providing reasons for the delay. It has been 5 months since the country had a permanent Deputy Chief Justice. This despite the Constitution stipulating that all constitutional obligations must be performed diligently and without delay. The Constitution gives the President the discretion to appoint the Chief Justice, Deputy Chief Justice, as well as the President and Deputy President of the Supreme Court of Appeal after the consultation with the Judicial Service Commission JSC. However, 130 days have passed and the judiciary still does not have a second in command despite the strategic support needed by Chief Justice Mandisamai. Meanwhile, the alleged killers of controversial Cape Town businessman Mark Liffman will only know next year if they'll be granted bail or not. Johannes Hendrik Jacobs and Gert Johannes Bezuidenhout appeared in a packed courtroom at the George Magistrates Court on Thursday. Their bail bid has been postponed to January 16 and 17. Liffman was shot and killed at the Garden Route Mall in George last month. The alleged gunmen were arrested in Uniondale shortly after his killing, about an hour away from George. Tesla and SpaceX boss Elon Musk's net worth has surpassed $400 billion, according to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index, setting a new milestone Wednesday for the world's richest person. The jump in wealth, the Businessman news outlet reported, came after SpaceX and its investors agreed to purchase as much as 1.25 billion of insider shares in a transaction that valued the rocket and satellite company at about $350 billion. The transaction increased Musk's personal wealth by about 50 billion to 440 billion, Bloomberg said. Musk's wealth, largely based on the share price of Tesla and the valuation of SpaceX, already took a huge leap after Donald Trump won last month's US presidential election. And in your weather update, Johannesburg is 27 degrees Celsius, Cape Town is 18 degrees Celsius, Durban is 25 degrees Celsius, and East London is 22 degrees Celsius. Recapping your top stories this hour, Ramaphosa receives backlash for stalling on Deputy Chief Justice nomination. Alleged killers of Mark Liffman will only know next year if they'll be granted bail or not. Into the stratosphere, Musk's net worth tops $400 billion. This was your news at 7 o'clock. I'm Kulu Lampanza for Lokuhle FM.